So back it up. You can get 1,000 golf balls for $4.
Yeah.
Is that pancakes?
I highly rate it on Marketplace.
I feel like that's a good deal.
I feel like it's shady.
Oh, this is crap. $4 per dozen.
Bait and switch.
Speaking of golf balls, I remember buying an exploding golf ball at Silver City.
Why are you yelling?
You're not yelling. I could barely hear you.
Well, we're just supposed to kind of like, banter while the music's going. People have to be jamming for a minute, you know what I mean? Sorry. Anyway, speaking of golf balls.
No. I'm keeping my story to myself now.
I was very intrigued. There's golf balls that exploded.
Anyway, I bought an exploding golf ball from Silver City. And this is back when my dad used to golf, and I put it in with his other golf balls.
Ooh, yes.
Yes. But he didn't golf like real regular, so it was like 3 or 4 months down the road, and I forgot about it. And he came home and was like, "Wah!" I was like, "Oh, yes."
Got him!
That was good, past me.
I still think it's weird that there's people selling bundles of sticks. I don't know what else is on here.
For those who don't know, we are currently looking at Facebook Marketplace.
If they would take the time to sharpen them into steaks, I feel like they could get more money.
Yeah. I wonder how much stuff on here's stolen.
It's a pet ghost for $10.
I mean, you could get one ring per finger made of real diamonds for $500 a piece. That can't be real. Or it's stolen. Right?
It has to be.
I'm confused with what you said. A ring of diamonds?
No, you can get one ring per finger, so 5 rings at $500 a pop. And they're supposed to be real diamonds.
No.
I don't think it's either not real or they're stolen.
Someone is selling empty boxes for $1. $2.
Like $1 a piece or $1 for the lot?
2 boxes for $1.
That's
First
not,
come, first serve.
not a bad deal if you're getting ready to move.
Yeah, but my dad owns a print shop. We give away boxes.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's good to know if I ever move. Because
50 cents.
do you know how much they cost at U-Haul?
Oh, those
Outrageous.
Hey,
We're so going to get sued one of these days.
there's AirPod Pros for $1. $1.
Do they work?
That's not real. Read the description. It's going to be like for $200.
What's the description?
I still like the free stuff.
Yeah, I don't believe it. There's a cast iron cornbread pan
It needs to be
in the shape of a bass.
Oh, and it makes little
With
bass
little-
cornbreads.
So you're telling me that I could make cornbread shaped like a fish?
Yeah,
How much is this?
$16.
Bid on it.
It's down from 20.
I will pay the $16. I just don't want to go get it. Will you go get it for me?
Yeah, that's on my way back.
These are a free combo billiards and foosball table for $1.
Is it all together?
Includes 4 cues and balls. Pick it up in West Olathe.
Would you take free or cheap used underwear if you were a woman? Because I'm running across a lot of that on here.
What about Siamese zombie twins?
Nice.
Wow. All right.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. We're
Well-
gonna make this a regular thing.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Halloween mask earrings?
That's pretty creepy, too.
There was a fake
You
vial
buy
of
that for
blood
your wife.
for a
She already
necklace.
has a pair.
Like that?
No, I'm just kidding.
Say, what?
You didn't know?
We're in a new location.
We are in a new location.
And I'm not telling you where.
Welcome to my humble abode.
Humble abode.
I just thought this would be a lot easier because all my junk's here. So,
It's cozy.
yeah.
For sure.
And maybe one of these days I'll paint the walls and like do some stuff to make it nicer in here. New carpet. It's all on the agenda. So, if you're a fan and you want to send money, send it to 3 Men with Beards, care of AJ at Prairie Meadows.
Man, that's your plan, isn't it? For our next episode, watch 3 Men with Beards paint Steve's wall.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not allowed to paint. I tend to get bored and start painting myself.
Okay. You can walk around with hors d'oeuvres.
I'll do that.
Painting hors d'oeuvres.
Hold on. We're going to have the one colored guy handing out hors d'oeuvres. Come on. Let's not be a stereotypical people.
Well, he said he didn't want to paint. I mean, they just hang out, I guess. I mean, whatever works. I don't care.
How's everybody's week been?
It was good till now.
Lovely.
Until now.
You, Jacob?
I caused it. I caused the downfall?
Yes.
Yeah, my week you did.
I'm sorry.
I heard Sophia.
We had a bad employee.
She wasn't bad.
I made a bad decision. Okay, it happens. You know, 1 out of every 20 I hire.
Do you guys have the thing where it's like you hire 10 and keep 1? Like you just keep going through them, and then finally you get to 10, and you're like, all right, this one's okay.
We hire 10 and keep 12.
Oh,
We're keeping everybody right now.
okay. Because that's what we do. They hire people that know nothing, and that's fine. We're in the learn on the job situation. So the problem is that they're there for years or a couple years and they don't learn anything, and then they end up getting fired or they quit or whatever. And it's like literally you hire 10 and you keep one good one out of 10.
So there's a big turnover rate.
It's not like there's a big turnover rate. It's like you got your core group of people that stay there forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you need people, they'll hire people, and it'll just turn into a... Ugh.
With us, we have a decent, I would say about 25% of the staff turns over every year in the district.
Is that including high schoolers, though?
I would say yeah.
'Cause it's hard to include them when they go to college.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we have to fill their positions.
Well, we bring in people, and then they come in and they're like, I'm like, hey, get a Phillips screwdriver. I need you to do this. And they go, what's a Phillips screwdriver? And so then I tell the foreman, hey, new guy doesn't know what a Phillips screwdriver is. And 3 or 4 days later, new guy gone.
Like fired or?
Yeah, like fired.
Okay.
Yeah, like we'll call you if we need you.
I'm picturing Zayden at that job.
It's kind of similar to what we have. We call it the revolving door.
Yeah.
It just continual.
Yeah,
They
we
stay
give
for
everybody a chance.
Several months, and then
Yeah, we give everybody a chance.
A new
It's like
class.
it's several months, and then it's like no. We had to redo everything you did. You blew something up. There's all sorts.
You got to be willing to learn.
Yeah,
If you're not willing to learn, it doesn't matter where you're working. If you're not willing to learn, it's not going to work.
Like we had a guy put in like 5 receptacles, which are for the layman is an outlet, an electrical outlet. 0 worked. And it was 5 outlets, 0 worked at the end. We turned them on, there was a mini explosion, there was smoke, and none of them worked.
I feel like you would have to really try to do bad at that.
Yeah, that's not the hard part of being an electrician.
that's somebody that shouldn't work with electricity.
Yeah, and this was after he got off a job, and that job he had done nothing but put in outlets. He put in like 6,000 outlets at this school.
Oh, no.
And then he gets over to our job and he puts in 5 and none of them work. So we're like calling the other job, like, don't turn on anything. Check everything.
Well,
How big of an explosion is acceptable?
Well, on 120 volts, it's just like poof and a little smoke, and it turns a
Just like
little black streak on the wall. You know.
So,
how
so
big one can be like that? Okay, you're fine.
Oh,
a spark.
I mean, I've blown stuff up way worse than that, and I still work there. So that's not really the big deal. It's the fact that he had just put in like
5.
5, but previously he had put in like
6,000.
6,000. I don't know how many. You know, how many outlets are in a school?
A lot.
There's a lot. That's all he
Kids.
did. That's all he did for like 3 months was put in outlets at the school, and then he came over to our job. He put in 5,
Well,
and none of them worked.
You'd think you would be good at it by that point.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why we told him to do it. We're like, you've been doing outlets. Here, throw these in, and it should take you 5 seconds. No, it took him 2 days, and none of them worked. So within, I'm not exactly sure how long it took after that, but within a week of that happening, it was we'll give you a call if we need you. Just go ahead and hang out at the house for a couple days, and we'll call you if we need you. They're not going to call.
I'm sorry
still
if you're
sitting
just
waiting for it.
finding it out now. Start looking for other employment.
Sorry, Chris. They're not going to call. Love you, bro.
But if you need a job, Jacob's hiring.
I am not accepting it. We don't do very.
We're not, want ad section here. No, just-
You blow something up at my job, you go to jail.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's not
Well-
entirely true.
We do blow stuff
It's
up.
like we've
Now,
blown,
Like, what about science, like sciencey
it's like we've
stuff?
blown
you know?
stuff up for science.
As long as you
we
don't
do
blow
it
a
on
kid up, you're okay.
purpose.
Do you guys know how to do the whole?
Accidentally one time.
Do you guys know how to do the thing where I've seen it on like YouTube or because my son watches all these kids shows, and they'll like put dish soap and then something else together.
It's called
And
elephant toothpaste.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it goes. You guys know how to do that?
Yeah.
We need to do that on the podcast.
See,
I want to know how to do that.
We want to. Me and Keegan have talked about this for a while. We want to do a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also heard that non-dairy creamer is extremely flammable.
It is.
It
We've
is.
done
Very
that too.
flammable.
Hey, I got a torch. We can do it again.
Yeah, we need to do. We need to have some fun.
Kids like fire.
Kids like things that blow up, catch on fire,
Yeah.
Or colorful.
or put the teachers in danger.
Yeah.
I did have a new one with the kids this week.
Yeah.
The invisible ink. I just gave them water.
Watch this. Do this. Come on, guys.
Traumatized.
Man.
Got another cup of water. 2 cups. Now you mix them together. Okay, now go draw on your paper. Half hour they were at it. Told them they had to let it dry.
They're gonna go home, and it's just gonna be crinkled up paper. I'm gonna get phone
Somebody's-
calls, Keegan.
Somebody's parent is going to get upset.
No, their parents throw it away.
Oh, well, I'm just thinking that the kids would be at home and be like, "We want to do invisible ink," and just pouring water into cups. And
But did they know it was water?
Oh no, they had no
Oh,
clue it was
okay.
water.
oh man,
Could you do it with like grape juice or lemon juice or something like that?
There's thousands of ways to do it.
interesting.
You're in. I wouldn't recommend you.
That way we'll get you.
Yeah, I would think.
Depends on how you use it, or how you.
No,
give
it
it to 'em.
doesn't. No, not really.
Why does it smell bad, Mr. Redbird?
Well, when we
I
come
drink
back,
a lot of coffee.
is this going to segue right into the whole Netflix cuties controversy?
Maybe.
Do you guys like the new outro music?
This is nice.
All right. Well, now that you guys have enjoyed that, we're going to take a quick break,
Okay, now.
and we'll be right back.
And hello. This is sponsored by Prairie Meadows Church. We are located at
426 Emerson, Bonner Springs, Kansas, 66012.
We have services every Sunday at 10:30. We will soon be doing children's church. All is welcome. We have a very lively group, I believe, and we're having a great time. All right, we are a congregation that is slowly and greatly growing. All right, I want you to be a part of this. Come and be a part of the action. Be part of the fun at Prairie Meadows Church.
Yeah.
Please reach out to us if you have any questions or concerns at prairiemeadowschurch.com.
Or you can check out our live stream every Sunday at 10:30
At 10:30.
on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
I like that we have a hype guy over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Prairie Meadows Church. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I enjoyed this morning. It was good.
It was a good service.
It was real good.
service.
Any live feedback happen?
Live
Did
feedback? No.
Oh, you didn't hear that last week then.
No feedback.
We will talk about last week's service.
No, it was a good time.
So Prairie Meadows Church, be there.
Yes.
That's what Jesus wants.
Yes.
It's true.
If you're a zip code folk, you should show up.
66012. Boop boop. And the is out.
His house. And the hizzy. For CZ.
I'm sorry. These are really long commercials.
They're just 2 minutes.
Prairie Meadows Church. There we go.
No dye. No
There's-
red dye.
None?
No.
And
I thought I had Red Dye 73.
And actually, it looks more like tea than the raspberry did.
Does it have tea in it?
Tea.
That's some tea.
It's only like the fifth one down.
Well, you know, your nutritional facts. There's a lot of sugar and a lot of carbohydrates in that.
I don't know what that means for my health.
There's zero fiber, so it's going to lock you up as opposed to helping you
But-
stay regular.
But he eats massive amounts of frosted mini wheats.
Oh, yeah.
So more
Balance
sugar.
Never mind.
I got to balance that out.
Man, you might as well eat a bowl of Metamucil.
You don't like your frosted mini wheats?
Oh, I like them, but I mean,
Massive amounts?
massive amounts of it would make me and the toilet be good friends.
Me and my toilet's already good friends. So.
I'm on okay terms with my toilet.
Has it backfired before? Do you have a story to talk about? This one time, the toilet totally failed me.
Well, haven't we all been there?
When you flush and it doesn't happen,
Yes.
it happens. I have not had this issue with this toilet. We're in a good relationship right now. So.
I mean, that doesn't happen at home for me. It always that happens when I'm somewhere else.
when
I
you're at
do-
somebody else's house,
Somebody else's house or Subway or
when you're out in the fast food restaurant, you can just leave, and it's not a big deal.
Right.
When you're at somebody else's house,
right.
then
I
you have
do.
to have that conversation.
I do have a story about this, but I don't know if we should get into it.
Oh, we're there, man.
All right, we're going to go down this pathway. Buckle up, folks. It's a bumpy ride. So me and Kelly, we had recently started dating, and I was meeting her family.
Uh-oh.
And we were at her aunt's house. She has a lot of aunts, so I'll leave that to the imagination. Which one of you? They don't watch, it's okay.
That's what you think.
Yeah. So we were at her aunt's house, and I had to go to the restroom.
Right.
And so I go to the restroom. That part's okay, that fine. I go to flush, it doesn't happen. And I'm looking around, no plunger. And I'm like, there's no plunger in here. What do I do? I'm just meeting her family for the first time. I can't walk out and be like, excuse me, I just wrecked your plumbing. Where's the plunger? So I'm looking and I can see it's mainly toilet paper clogging in it. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I dug it out with my finger. And it flushed, and I washed my hands. And because like, what took so long? I'm like, you don't want to know. You do not want to know.
Yes.
I don't know why people get so weird about stuff like that, though. Because I don't know if maybe I have like some sort of like social issue or something with me. Because if I'm somewhere like that at a friend's house or something, I clog their toilet, I just walk out and be like, y'all got a plunger? Because I just wrecked your bathroom. That's.
If I was at a friend's house, yes.
I mean,
But new girlfriend's family, first time? Hi. How about this for an impression?
I mean, is what it is.
Better call a plumber.
Bodily function. You just got to handle it.
I did. Literally. Handled it.
That's nasty. See, I would have, I mean, I wouldn't have gone down that road. I'd have been like, I need a stick. I'm not using my hand.
I guess I could have grabbed the toothbrush.
I don't know. I guess I just wouldn't have put myself through that. I just walked out and been like, hey, look, y'all have small toilets, and it just did not handle the situation. So
It's her Indiana toilets.
I will fix this, but I'm gonna need some tools.
Preferably a plunger.
Yeah, you know.
Not one of those accordion plungers. A real
No.
plunger.
Yeah, real plunger.
I hate those accordion plungers. Like sucks up all the water. Like, am I using this incorrectly?
Yeah. I mean, might as well just keep one just for issues like this. Just buy a plunger, keep it in your car, and be like, listen, guys, don't go in the bathroom for 5 minutes. Got to run out the car. I'll be right back.
Well, I'm thinking if you own a house, you should have a plunger per toilet.
I do.
Yeah.
And you have it where people can see it. It's not. Keep a plunger out, people. It's just polite.
Yeah.
That and where the extra toilet paper is at.
It does for the masses. For most people, it would avoid awkward conversations if you just had a plunger in the main toilet or wherever you send people to go doo-doo, either next to the toilet or under the sink.
I don't understand why you wouldn't.
It was not in that bathroom. I guess I could have just walked out and denied. No, I don't. No.
I just went number one.
Yeah.
I didn't see what happened.
No.
Kelly went in after me.
Right. Yeah, that'd be funny.
So that was a nice little story. I wasn't expecting to tell.
Steve, you have a story about the sprinkler man?
Oh, the sprinkler guy. So, when I first started at this particular job site, we've got all sorts of trades there. We've got plumbers, we've got electricians, we got concrete guys, iron workers, everybody. There's sprinkler guy. So he's putting in pipes for sprinkler system, fire suppression. We're in a giant concrete building, and this guy has a radio. And he's listening to the most terrible pop country music at full volume. He's 300 feet away. He probably can't even hear it. It's just nothing but just crazy echo. It's so loud, I can't even hear. I've got headphones in my ears, and his thing is drowning out. So I decided to be passive aggressive. I didn't start a fight with him or anything. But from probably 2 days in, every time he'd walk by, I would do my best to audibly fart. And it's been going on for 8 months. Every time he walks by, I try my best to squeeze out the loudest fart possible. And he just the other day asked me what the deal was. Like, I mean, I haven't seen him in a. I think when I first brought this up with you guys, it was over text or whatever. That was when he brought it up with me. He was like, "What is your deal, dude?" And I was just like, "High fiber diet, man." But yeah, for 8 months, every time this guy walked by or was in a room with me, I just let him fly, especially right after lunch.
That's rough.
I've been bringing, dude, hard-boiled eggs. I mean, I've been like planning my diet around farting at the sprinkler guy, and it has been a really, really, really fun 8 months.
Didn't somebody win a lawsuit because someone went into someone else's cubicle and farted?
I don't know. I hope.
And they left, and that guy came in and smelt it and knew who it was and sued that person and won.
You.
That doesn't seem right.
Keegan's going to fact check me.
I fact check him.
But
I
I'm
hope
almost
this is
100%
true.
Jacob's probably worse than a Democrat.
I'm about 95% sure this is correct.
I hope this is real. I really do, because that makes me happy. And also, because if this guy sued me, I mean, he ain't getting it. I don't have anything.
Right. Well, he's walking into your area, so
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah, and he was noise polluting, so I figured I'd noise pollute right back.
Yeah, countersuit.
I'd like to listen to that court case.
Like, how would you even keep a straight face during that? You know what I mean?
Go to Judge Judy.
If you're the judge. It would have to be Judge Judy. Or someone as hardcore as she is. Or even close.
She wouldn't let you talk.
She'll probably throw it out, though.
Some boss got sued for it in Australia.
Crikey.
But the boss, it says he would walk in like 5 or 6 times a day to this specific person for walk away.
I mean, I'm not going looking for the sprinkler guy. The sprinkler guy comes to me. Or he walks by.
You think after a while he'll take a new route.
I mean, I was hoping.
I think he likes it.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that they, were always smelly either. I mean, I was just going for as loud as possible. Because he was being so loud. I was like, what can I do?
Apparently, Antonio Brown's in a lawsuit over farting in a doctor's face.
In the doctor's face?
Who's Antonio Brown? Is this somebody we know?
This is a football player, well, a former football player. He's kind of crazy.
He has some issues.
Yeah.
Apparently gastrointestinal.
I want to know how is that doctor's face and that.
You want to go down that road?
No.
Doing a body fat test, it says.
Doing a body test. He just farted.
Oh, man.
I think Antonio Brown has a countersuit if his face is down there for a body fat test.
That'd be a fair one.
I have another good story for you guys.
Do it up.
We've all been watching, most of us have been watching Facebook Live church services over the past few months and things like that. And at work, we got in a conversation with some of our colleagues, me and Keegan, about Facebook Live and what are the appropriate, do you get up, get dressed, and get ready for, not necessarily ready for church, but awake enough to watch service. And he goes, is it weird that I watch my church service in the shower? While I'm showering, I just prop it up on the shampoo bottle. So we got into a discussion. Is it okay to watch service while you're showering?
I'd say it's okay to watch service while you're doing whatever. Just personally. It's not like anybody knows.
My stance-
Unless you tell Jacob and he talks about it on the podcast.
My stance was, when he first brought it up, I was like, kind of weird, But okay, cool. You do you. He goes, I just feel dirty in my bed when I watch it.
See, that's getting
And
strange.
that's when I was like,
It's called conviction.
that's weird.
I don't know. That's a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
This person might need some mental health issues, help.
This person unknowingly, he knows it. We've talked about Satan quite a bit.
Yeah.
This person is a lot like Satan outside the workplace. He's just sometimes he's just not there.
Doesn't think about it.
And this person is taking care of children?
Well, he's very good at his
He's
job.
actually really good at his job.
Well,
Shockingly good.
that's wonderful, but just to have that thought is strange. I don't know how I'd feel about him being around my kids. Is this the one with the weird mustache?
Well, he doesn't have the weird mustache anymore.
Oh.
But he is a Dolphins fan, so it balances out.
He went for a time with that stash where he had it half shaved.
All right.
Like
The policy,
half
the
of it
official policy at Prairie Meadows is if you want to watch the service while taking a shower, you have to tithe 25% more. The cost.
It costs to be naked.
Do you also
Yes.
have to
Yes.
do the live feedback?
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
I mean, if you're just, I would say this: if you're just watching a Facebook live stream, just do what you want. If you're on a Zoom meeting, preferably be fully clothed. I mean, depending on the type of Zoom meeting you're having.
Well, here's the deal. Speaking of Zoom meetings, I am currently in charge of a virtual hub. And what that means is that these kids come to me and they have their virtual classes with me. And so I help them set up for their virtual Zoom classes and things like that. So I'm hoping by this time we've done Zoom meetings, and parents have done Zoom meetings, kids have done
Yeah.
Zoom meetings for so long that they understand that this kid needs to be somewhere sitting down
Yeah.
where he can't move, he or she can't move, preferably not on a tablet where it's just sitting there and things like that. And you tell your kid, do not get up.
Yeah.
Keep your headphones on. We had one kid this past week get up from his table, walk over to one of us teachers and go, can I be done with this? She talks too much. And I looked, Miss Key looked at the iPad to make sure his mic was muted. And luckily it was.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Did Q tell you about the one that muted her teacher because she was done hearing her talk?
No, I didn't hear that one either.
Out of the mouth of babes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done. But I have a new appreciation for teachers over this past week. Granted, I feel like some teachers have made my job harder for not providing more work for their kids to do in this time. They're getting 1 to 2 worksheets to work on for a 6-hour school day. No kid's going to take 6 hours to do 2 worksheets.
Right.
But I do have an appreciation because some of these kids do not want to do them 2 worksheets or anything. They would rather just sit there and do absolutely nothing.
Oh, yeah. That's how kids are.
Apparently Tyler comes down with the whip on him in the afternoon to make sure those kids at least start it.
That's what I want. I was like, there better be some kind of mark on their paper. But it's been a process for sure.
Yeah.
In 4 days, I worked 43 hours on these kids trying to get this stuff going. It's rough.
Well, tell Weird Mustache Guy that he can watch live streams however he wants. Just be careful on the Zoom. I think that's the conclusion we've come to.
You gotta text him now. Should bring him in on FaceTime. Next segment.
He knows what he's doing right now.
But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Oh, yes.
BC Quality Image.
Yes.
Why is everybody looking at their watches?
BC Quality Image is also a sponsor of the show. Ran by our main man Bruce behind the camera. You can't see him, but he is rocking a magnificent beard now. We pulled him over to the beard side. But BC Quality Image, I don't know. Can you see the merchandise over here, Bruce? He printed out our 3 Men with Beards merchandise. If you want a 3 Men with Beards shirt or hat or cap, just let us know. We'll hook you up for a great price. He printed Jacob's infamous tiger shirt, which is awesome.
Slow down. It's 2 minutes long.
I've gotten so many compliments on that shirt.
Yes.
You wear it out in public?
It's gotten
Sometimes.
Keegan dates, but not Jacob yet. But yes, BC Quality Image.
He also made me some sweet hats.
Sweet hats.
Yeah.
Nice.
He can print on anything.
Yes, very affordable as well.
Yes. So whatever you can concoct in your mind, and be like, I think this should be on a shirt. He can put it on a shirt for you.
Here we go. Man, see, everybody see my hat here. Here we go.
So yes, for all your printing needs, BC Quality Image. Wow. Not only does he make quality merchandise, but he's also the most attractive print man I've ever seen.
That's true.
Yes.
There it is.
Oh.
Is it weird seeing your own voice pop up and
No.
I think you popped a pee there.
I'll deal with it later. It'll be all right. I need to get a bunch of like windscreens for all these mics or new mics. The ones I want are really expensive. They're like $300 a piece. Yeah.
That is expensive.
I know.
So I think Jacob was hoping that he could skirt around his Facebook Live debacle from last week.
Yes.
Be like, we'll talk about Facebook Live, and then I'll time it because he knew that the ending of that segment would come and they'd forget about it, but I have not.
What was the debacle?
So for those who didn't tune in last week for Facebook Live church service over at Prairie Meadows, it was interesting. I thought we would switch things up. I would bring the Facebook Live closer to me. I was like, that seems like a good idea. So
All
they
right.
can hear me better. I'm very soft-spoken. It would be nice.
All right.
Did not work.
Where did you put the...
I tried to put the stand on the pulpit.
Yeah.
The phone drops off the pulpit.
That phone like flew off the pulpit.
And so I also dimmed the lights in the back.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm gonna dim these lights so we can see I mainly did all this so we can see the PowerPoint on the screen
Okay.
better and
Okay.
think all this.
Yeah.
And everybody in the audience is trying to help me out to try to figure out how to get this correct. and
This
things
is all
like that.
live, by the way.
This is all live. All the mess up. I mean, we did everything live. And we go through the whole service without a single one in the audience who had tuned in, mind you, and seen the PowerPoint and didn't tell me that when you are on your front screen, it mirrors the image.
I'm watching it right now. This is fantastic.
So the whole
It mirrors the
PowerPoint-
image, so everything is backwards. So they can't read it anyways.
But we could see it better.
It is irritating. Why don't they do something about the whole
Mirroring
mirror
thing?
image thing? Because I can't tell you how many times, like, back, in the day, I would be like, meet some girl online or whatever, and we'd go on a date, and she'd be like, "I thought your other arm was the one that was all tattooed." Because this one was done before this had anything,
Right.
and it would flip you, and it was just so strange.
Well, supposedly it's so you'll recognize yourself in your selfies.
I think I'll recognize
'Cause
myself
you
either
look,
way.
You look at yourself in the mirror. That's how you see yourself.
That's dumb. They need to do something about that, and also because of what you're talking about. I mean, like, how many times have you taken a selfie and your shirt says whatever backwards?
It's irritating.
It's dumb.
I mean, I wanted to interact with the people on there and things like that. So that's the main reason why I had it frontwards, so I could see
Yeah.
the comments and things like that.
Well, you just said the main reason so we could see the PowerPoint. What was your main reason for doing it, Jacob?
I love the
I
people.
mean, you can have more than one main reason.
I don't think you know what the word main means.
I had sub points. I had flawless transitions. I think other than that, it was fine.
Well, that and the amens and
Yeah.
the hearts.
Yeah, Keegan figured out a way to put hearts and stuff on the PowerPoint from his phone,
It wasn't me.
and then AJ started doing it from Springfield.
Yeah, Keegan's like, by the way, I allowed it where people could do it for their phone. I was like,
Feedback.
oh, really?
On
Nice.
their phone.
We need to leave that turned on.
Well,
That way I can be-
Keegan texted me this morning and goes, "Did you turn it off?" I was like, "I didn't."
You're
I
gonna
didn't
have to
touch
show
it."
me how to do this, and because I want to be able to put up there. Well, dot.
No, you can only do an amen or a heart.
Oh.
And at least from Springfield to here, there's a delay in getting it because they're like,
Well, I think it's the Facebook Live
I
delay.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, but either
Yeah,
way,
it's got to be because speed of light. I mean, Springfield to here. I mean, it's still instantaneous. It's
Well-
got to be. It's got to be the Facebook.
So it's funny on my end, but it's also funny on AJ's end too because he's tell the story of you yelling at the phone trying to tell me what to do.
yeah, Jacob's like setting it up, and I'm in Springfield. Watches like, no, it looks okay. No, it's crooked. No, because he recorded, and then he tried to switch ratio during the recording, which you can't do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, it's fine, Jacob. It's fine. Just do it. And I'm like, he can't hear me.
I could have brought you on camera.
Yeah, which I was wondering what that feature actually does because I've never used it because I always like bring people on camera because that would be my thing for Tyler if he was joining in the shower and like their church like let's bring him on camera.
Well, and see, Tyler.
Well, if you can do that on
What
Facebook
church?
Live, is it Facebook Live you're doing this? So then for Church in the Dark, you could bring other people's live
yeah.
feed in with
You
your
would
live
think,
feed.
but I would like to test it out before.
Yeah,
I do
Well,
it.
yeah, of course we got
I
to
just-
do a test.
Yeah,
but
it just pops up. Bring him on camera. I'm like, I don't know what happens if I hit this. I always want to do it.
let's do it. Let's
'Cause
figure it
people
out.
always popping up. I'm like, hi, and
Can you
bring
just
him
go
on
on
camera. Like,
Facebook
oh yeah, hi now.
Yeah, because they have
Started it live.
meetings and they bring multiple people in, and you can
Can I
actually
send this to you?
mute their audio, but they'll
Right.
be there.
Yeah, see, that'd be pretty cool if
It-
that would work.
They're testing it out now to see exactly what happens.
Are you live?
I'm.
Keegan, it still says you work at the Y. on
I know.
Facebook.
He's hoping to go back.
Time to
Hey,
update your
they've
resume,
called me
bro.
like 4 or 5 times in the last 2 weeks,
Why?
Exactly.
wanting me back, wanting anybody back.
why? Why? Why did they call?
Why do birds? Sorry. Sorry. Anyway,
But yeah, that's interesting. I do want to know how to do that, though. I mean, we should make it to where certain people can put anything they want for feedback on the.
That could get dangerous.
Just certain people, though, like podcast people.
Deacons.
Again, that could be
like
dangerous.
during the service.
Yeah.
Well, you go up to Jacob. Jacob can put anything on there.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I think it'd be fun. I mean, from my phone, it could be like, AJ has a burger.
Well, so I just went live. This is Bruce doing the podcast.
What are we doing?
They're trying to see
we're
what
trying to
exactly what
learn.
happens. They don't realize we're shooting a podcast here, people.
Hey, my sister. Oh, there it is.
Oh, I have a notification. No, we're live.
This is nice podcast. I really should.
Oh, there it is.
That is so awkward.
Sorry.
I'm in the room and I'm watching what's happening in the room.
Yeah, that's how they film Inception.
Hey,
This is like a weird Inception kind of thing here going on.
I sent a request.
How many people can you have on?
I don't know. I requested to be a part of this.
Yeah, I'm going to keep shooting our podcast.
You want to talk about your
Person on at a time.
what you
We
call
only
it?
have one
Your
person.
your preaching from this morning?
It's my great
I
aunt.
preached this morning.
Yeah.
do you have people joining?
Yeah, my sister and my great aunt. It's my boss. This is Jacob.
How come I'm in the room? Why is my request not going through
It
and I'm
said I
being
can only do one person at a time.
Oh, that's lame. Oh, join.
This is AJ. This is
There it
Steven.
is.
I'm on the broadcast.
But the thing is, like, I could do that from the sound booth. I could be a part of the broadcast from the sound booth.
Right. See, that'd be
We're testing
fun.
a lot of things
We
out.
need to figure this out.
I'm totally down.
I mean,
Next-
we could have a
next-
couple of phones going and get different. I mean, have two different angles of the same thing.
Hey, this is live, people. This is what we do. This is not what we do.
I have no idea what's going on.
Well, I will say this morning, because we're recording this on Sunday, I did preach since Jacob, you preached last week.
It's so awkward. I can see myself on the screen in two spots.
And this morning, I preached on being a person with vision, being a visionary person, having a vision for our society, for our churches, for our family, a godly vision. I preached from Nehemiah. I read the whole first chapter, but I won't do that here.
Why not? It's a good chapter.
It's long.
It's 11 verses. It's not that long, but. But anyway,
Sorry, I totally messed up your flow. I apologize.
yeah, you did. You stink. But it was about how Nehemiah had a vision to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem because they were crumbling, and he saw the need, and how we need to see the need of those around us. We need to see the need of those who are hurting, see the need of our churches, see the need of our society, and we need to be a visionary person and see that. And then we also need to feel the need. We need to be emotional for that need. Nehemiah verse 4, when I heard these words, I sat down and wept and mourned for days. And I was just fasting and praying before the God of heaven. He saw the need, and then he let it affect him. Too many times we see the need, but we don't let it do anything to us. Not only did he see the need and feel the need, he shared the need. He shared the need with God. He went to God in prayer. He shared the need with other godly people so that they could go to God in prayer. He shared the need of these walls needing being rebuilt. But not only that, and the last point was that he met the need. And this is where a lot of times people fall off. They'll see the need. They'll feel emotional for the need. They'll share the need. Oh, we need to do this. But then, why don't you do it? No, I'm out. No, we need to meet the need that God's placed upon our heart. Nehemiah didn't have any need to go to Jerusalem and rebuild the walls. He was in a position of power, a position of authority. But he did it because God placed that need upon his heart. So we need to be people with a vision and meet the need of a lost and dying world. Because if we don't, no one will. And that was a brief synopsis of this morning's message. Microphone drop.
Don't drop that one.
That's good stuff, though.
Yeah.
Going out there and meeting the need of the people instead of waiting for them to come to you.
Here, that one's cheap.
Mic drop.
There we go.
Yes.
Felt good.
It's literally a $10 microphone. It's fine.
Yes. But yes. And I mean, if you don't, I said this morning, if you don't thank our society need something. Y'all crazy. You know, this week I was on Twitter, and all of a sudden all these canceled Netflix came up. I'm like, why are we canceling Netflix? And I looked into it.
Because they nasty.
Yeah. You know, that new show Cuties that they're trying to, well, not that they're trying, that they did release about.
Just the promotional video was disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I of course I didn't know anything about it until this morning when you guys were talking about it. So we get here and I watched just the trailer in itself.
Yeah.
Was who writes this? Who thinks this is a good idea? You know, we can go into. It's not that this stuff isn't happening, because it could be. This stuff could be going on, but this stuff doesn't need to be on film.
No.
We don't need to have people acting this out. It wasn't a documentary. These were young girls in this movie.
I believe
that were
11,
10,
or at least 11 years old.
portraying 11-year-olds. And they're paying them to do this.
Do you guys want to explain what Cuties is for those who...
I have no idea. I just
Well, like,
Promo-
what-
the
I just saw
article
the
I read-
promo video and it was disgusting.
The synopsis of the movie is about a young girl who gets involved in this dance group, and it turns out to where she is trying to it awakens her femininity, is what it says. So she's learning about her sexuality and things like that, but it also interrupts her home life, and her mom doesn't like what's going on during this group and things like that. So even though that synopsis might say there's a good point to it, I don't want to watch the whole middle of it to get to that point.
Right.
You know, I'm big in film. I like TV. I like movies. And I'll give anything a shot. You know, and I'm just that kind of person.
Right.
And if one person says this is good, I'm probably going to watch it and things like that. I'm not going to watch this.
No. And, you know, I haven't seen it. I don't want to see it. Like I said, the promo video or trailer or whatever was disgusting in and of itself. But then, you know, I had read some news articles, heard some other people comment on it on other podcasts, other radio, whatever. And apparently some people watched it and they get, like, nudity with the 11-year-old, 10-year-old girls. It's not, and I don't believe these are older girls, not that it makes it better, but I don't believe it's like older girls that just look young portraying younger women. I believe that it's actually like 10-year-old, 11-year-old girls.
Kids.
It's kids.
Yeah. Well, I looked up the IMBD and things like that, because IMBD is pretty good at, like, writing out what's going on when it comes to nudity and you know, violence and things like that. And it didn't mention anything when it comes to that. It did mention, like, zoom up on the girls' behinds when they're, like, twerking. And 11-year-olds shouldn't be doing that.
No.
11-year-olds should be kids. And that's the society that we live in and things like that. And us three over here, we work with kids on a daily basis and things like that. My program goes to 12. And so I have 10, 11, and 12-year-olds in my program on a daily basis. And it's kids their age. Yeah. And it would break my heart to see something like that, to be even in their lives.
Yeah.
You know, and I would feel the need to intervene into their lives, and their parents better believe that I will stand firm on what I believe in and things like that. This doesn't go to the point where, like, it's just religious or anything like that. It's humanity where you need to save somebody.
Right.
This is just wrong. You know, this is not, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, same-sex marriage or anything like that. No, this is kids. And the line has to be drawn.
Yeah.
And it's right there. No matter what religion you believe in or anything like that, it has to be drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have an 11-year-old daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You try to awaken her sexuality, I'll kill you. I'll go to jail.
Oh, yeah. And it is that way. You know, we try our best to keep our children. And, you know, you hear parents like, they're growing up and it's sad and things like that. But you also see these parents who are letting their kids dress a certain way and things like that. There's somebody I know who has a daughter who's like a second, third grader, but she dresses and puts on makeup and all this other stuff just because she happens to be taller or anything like that. or bigger, she might as well. No, let that kid be a kid. Because it's weird watching a kid with makeup on and fancy shoes and skin tight pants carrying around a teddy bear.
Right.
That's wrong.
I remember a few years ago there was a hashtag campaign or whatever, and it was like hashtag let them be little. And I always remembered that, and I was like, yeah, I mean, that's a good thing. Let the kids be little. Why do you got to push them into, sexuality and all sorts of crazy stuff like this when they're kids? Let them be little. Why can't we have an innocence
Exactly.
about our kids? And why in the world is this type of stuff getting made and getting put on the largest streaming platform in the world?
Yeah.
And there's a movement worldwide to normalize pedophilia as a sexual orientation, and then this type of stuff starts happening, and I'm just like, why is such a small group of people getting such a large voice in this type of thing? It makes no sense. Why aren't we the majority? I don't care, left, right, sideways, whatever you think you are politically. I can't imagine most people that I know being like, oh yeah, that's fine. I mean, if we can't come together on this, we can't come together on anything.
Well, there's a certain responsibility to protect your children from
Right.
those types of things and not educate them in a way that makes it normal or acceptable.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it feels like they're trying to do.
Right.
And that's not acceptable.
Yeah.
That's just
Well,
not.
it's exactly that way. It seems like you're trying to get the kids comfortable with talking about this subject, acting a certain way, that it's okay to go out in the streets and things like that. It's okay to
You
act
can
a
dress
certain
and move this way, and
Yeah, it's okay for you to zoom up on your friend's butt with your camera, or take a picture of your private parts and post it on the internet and things like that. It's not.
Right. It's not okay.
It's not okay.
And the only people that are okay with this are pedophiles.
Yeah. Well, it's
So
like that-
why would we accommodate that?
It's like that troll doll that came out that they had to recall because
Oh, yeah.
it laughed, but the button to make it laugh was in its crotch.
Yeah.
Who
Like-
thought that was a good idea?
A pedophile.
Yeah.
Well, you get little things like that all the time. My sister sent a post or something like that about her daughter, my niece's LOL dolls having anatomically correct private parts. And there, years ago, there was a horse that had a penis on it. And that's just not okay.
No,
like,
not okay.
No, what happened to the old-fashioned Ken doll? We have the Ken body and things like that.
Yeah.
The ABCs of 1, 2, 3.
Barbie doesn't need nipples.
Yes, that's.
What's the point? Right.
I mean, it started when it came back with mannequins getting that, and then it's just gradually coming to that point.
Yeah. Where's the innocence, and why can't we have an innocent society where just leave all that stuff in the bedroom between you and your spouse and call it good.
And it should be at a certain age level that all that is brought up, because once your mind gets corrupted by that, I mean, if you've dealt with any kind of abuse or anything like that, the mind stops developing.
Yeah.
And it's ingrained in them.
Right.
At an early
What they're
age.
doing is they're training kids and things like that to be a certain way, and they're going to grow up to act like these kids are going to be the ones that are more likely to be inflict sexual abuse on someone else, or be pedophiles and things like that. And it's not good.
Well, how many times have we heard on documentaries or whatever that those who abuse were abused?
Yeah.
And this is just abuse.
So yeah, 3 men with beards. Let the kids be kids.
Yeah. And we forgot to say like, subscribe, notification bell, 5 spotties, 5 stars.
5 spotties.
Help us out, guys.
It's definitely been a while. We're going to try to make these more frequently and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully we can get this
Cook
up
again.
quickly.